how can we hasten his coming? By spreading the gospel. And Paul wanted Jesus to come so much that he alone wanted to finish the gospel. They were so excited about the gospel that the people said they have turned Jerusalem upside down and they have preached the gospel to every creature. So when it comes to preaching the gospel, we should leave nobody out. The message is to go to everybody. In Selected Messages, Book 1, page 111, Ellen White says, before the work is closed up and the seal of God's people is finished, we shall receive the what? We shall receive what? The outpouring of the Spirit of God. Do you know that the Holy Spirit is falling upon us? Do you recognize that the Holy Spirit is moving, being poured out under this tent? Do you recognize that? God is going to do a final pouring out of his Holy Spirit to finish the work of the gospel. When the gospel work began with the disciples, at the day of Pentecost, the Holy Spirit came upon them. That is called the early rain. And then before the final reaping, we're going to have what is called the latter rain. The final outpouring. But guess what? If I am not now appropriating the moving of the Holy Spirit in my life, then I am not ready for that final outpouring. I can't sit back and wait and say, all right, when certain and certain time come, I'm going to get serious with God. When certain and certain time come, I'm going to straighten up myself. No, we have to be living day by day a committed life. We have to be committing our hearts now and keep committed, so that when that time comes, the Holy Spirit will be outpoured on us so that we can finish the work of the gospel. Now let me tell you, Jesus said that the disciples were to tarry at Jerusalem. Jesus said, go into all the world, but wait. Go, but wait until he pours his Spirit upon them. Did you realize that on the day of Pentecost, we had about 18 different language groups present? And the Holy Spirit gave the disciples the languages of the people so that the disciples could speak to the people in their own language. The people were saying, wow, we hear them preaching the wonderful works of God. What is going on? Are these not Galilean? All of them speak Aramaic and them speak some Greek. So how we hear them speak all kind of different language where the other people them speak? The Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit started it then. He's going to finish it. Right now, General Conference is looking at certain territories in the world. There's a region, they call it the 2040 window. 1040 window. We hardly have, God bless. You can count the Christians them in some of the country on your one hand and left change. Christians we're talking about. You can count how much people in the country are Christian on one hand and you still have change leave. And we are strategizing how will we get the message into these territories. Some missionaries are going in and they are trying to learn the language of the people so that they can then carry the Bible and carry the message to the people. Well, let me tell you something. When the Holy Spirit take over, Paul said that he's going to do a quick work. He's going to cut the work short in righteousness. So when we think that, man, based upon our resources and based upon our abilities and our skills, this is going to take us such a long time to finish. God empower us by his Spirit and we finish the work in a flash. And that's why we are to be ready. That's why we are to be ready, so that when God moves, we are able to accomplish. Let's read this one about the Christian experience and teachings of Ellen White. Before I get there, let me read Revelation 14 verse 9. So we're talking about events before the close of probation. Before the close of probation, the work of the preaching of the gospel will be closed. The sealing work, of course, will be completed. Revelation 14:9 says, then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and he will receive the wrath of God. Do you know what is the wrath of God? According to that verse, the 7 last plagues. So the beast system will be set up, and the mark, the image will be set up, and the mark of the beast will be set up. So when we talk about the image of the beast, a lot of people talk about the mark of the beast, the image of the beast, and they try to explain what it is, and they don't know who the beast is. So if you don't know who the beast is, how are you going to know what is his mark? So the beast system, according to Revelation 13, 1 to 10, the beast came up out of the earth, out of the sea. The beast has the name of blasphemy. The beast persecuted God's people, right? The beast got a deadly wound and was healed. That is the Roman church system. That's the beast, the Roman church system. So the Roman church system is a political and religious system in one. The Pope is the head. The Pope is the government of Vatican. He's not just the head of the Roman Catholic Church. He's the government of Vatican. So it is a religious and political system in one. When the image of the beast is set up, it will be the combination of the United States government and Protestants in the US. So the government, the church, and the state will come together to form the image. And when the image is formed, then it's going to lead to the mark of the beast. And the Roman church said Sunday is our mark of authority. At the point in the future when they set the law that says everybody should keep Sunday, and if you don't keep Sunday, we're going to lock you down. We're going to lock you up. At that point in the future, when the law is set up that you must worship on Sunday, that's the time Sunday worship becomes the mark of the beast. So Seventh-day Adventist Christian, stop telling the Sunday people that they have the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast not set up yet. It not set up yet. Let us get it right. Stop, go to the people and tell them, say, you have the mark of the beast because you're not worshiping on Sunday. Not yet. It's in the future when the United States government unite with the Protestants and then enforce Sunday by law. And some people don't get it wrong. When US set up the mark of the beast, guess what? The rest of nations will follow suit. So our sweet Jamaica here, we love Jamaica so much. Then go and set up the mark of the beast as well. So you stay there. And that's why we have to be covered. Covered. Making sure we're walking with God. And some people are worried and troubled. So when the mark of the beast is passed, how I'm going to manage? You don't have to worry yourself. God going to cover you. God going to shield you. And some people are going to buy a piece of land way down out of civilization because them say, all right, when the mark of the beast is set up, me can go hide. Well, let me tell you something. You can't hide. Listen, I didn't take a picture of the Twin Towers from the satellite. You almost look and see people head on the road. You can't hide. And they have certain instruments that they are using now that pick up your body heat. People get covered up in a snow and they use the instrument and find out where in the snow they are. So our only cover is God. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. We have to be in God in these days. God will be our refuge and strength. And so when we say to brethren, let us live up. When we say to those who are not baptized yet, give your heart to Jesus. What we are saying is secure your protection from now. Secure your protection. Remember in Egypt, the Israelites, they lived over a place called Goshen. The first 3 plagues touched Goshen. But you see, from plague number 4 to number 10, all when the hail a drop, no hail now fall down a Goshen. Lice are flying and bite up people. No lice no go down a Goshen. Huh? And then what else happened? What other plague? Huh? Frog. Frog full up the whole place. No frog no down a Goshen. God is going to cover his people. And we have to get in from now. Whatever is in our lives that would prevent us from serving God in spirit and in truth, we need to give it up. Look at all that Jesus did for us. And look at all that he's now doing for us. He said, I go to prepare a place for you. Just imagine that. He gone to make a city dwelling. You know that we're going to have a country house. When we come on earth, when the earth is made new, we're going to have a country house and we're going to have a city house. We have a place in the city and we have a place on the earth for ourselves. So him gone to set up all of that. I mean, what are we going to allow to prevent ourselves from getting all that he has gone to prepare? So Ellen White says now, I heard those clothed with the armor speak forth the truth with great power. I asked what had made this great change, and an angel answered, it is the latter rain, the refreshing from the presence of the Lord, the loud cry of the third angel. So in other words, God is going to empower us so that we speak the message and share the message with everybody, and everybody going to hear. Everybody going to hear. You talk about the Muslim country when they want to know Christian, persecute Christian. One gentleman in one of the GC session years ago shared his story that he was the only Christian within a certain territory. And he said he wanted to go to a certain place. Like he was in Albion and he said, I want to go to whole England. And the men said, yeah, man, let us tell you where to go to reach Old England. You walk such and such a place and you take such and such a turn or whatever. And the man saying walk, and when him reach, the people them say, hold on, where you coming from? He said, me walk through so and so. He said, no man, tell us man, how did you come? He said, me walk through such and such a place. Then tell him, say, no man, you can't walk through this. A be lions up there. So the Muslim men send the Christian through the place with whole heap of lions. Because then they want the lions eat him. But God directed him and hide him. Not one lion he saw. And he reached where he was going. God delivered him. So we don't have to worry. God will deliver us. Just let us be faithful. God will cover us. Be faithful. But God is going to empower us to finish the work. Revelation 18:1-4. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power. And the earth